Start recording. Is it working? I hope it is. All right. So the first thing I want to say, this is a little bit about privacy again. So I know somebody. She got. By the way, I'm installing here a Brave browser. Yeah, so I went to the Brave browser thing, went to install Brave on Linux. So all I'm just doing here is, and you don't have to be a specialist. You don't have to be in IT. Yeah, Debian Ubuntu here, that says this. I'm on Ubuntu in a moment. Here's Fedora. There's OpenSUSE, beta channel installations. Yeah, all the old stuff is here too. Okay, I'm just following these steps. So I'm not a computer specialist. I'm not in IT. I don't have 150 years experience and million of certificates. So I just copy pasted that in the terminal. It's asking me for my, well, not just say yes because I want it, right? I just open my terminal and put all the stuff in. Now I just continue. So that's the next one. And now I get the curl thing in here. It's not really curl, it's just a command. Doink. I'll go from there. It's okay. Now the next one. So you just go step by step by step and then you got it. So this one has an email with a password from her Gmail account in the subject. And it says, of the typical blackmail stuff. Yeah, this is your password. Yes, it is. And yeah, I have blah, 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 mirroring your camera. And I saw what you were browsing. I made a video about it. And oh man, you had a nice choice. And this person doesn't do anything like that. That is for sure. And to be honest, that password might be right, but this person uses two-way authentication, 2FA. There is no way they can use you can have a password which called password or mother or whatever. Yeah, as long as you don't have two-way authentication. I mean, if you have that activated, it's not a right-away access for people, right? So I just ignored it. I said, change the password, and it's anyway two-way authentication. So then I was looking. So if you have an email like this, do not fall for it. They want, let's say, $985.25. I have no clue where these numbers come from. They make me laugh. However, so when this is happening, and you have two-way authentication, do not worry much about it, right? So what you can do is check everywhere where you use that password and activate two-way authentication. People say use the Google authenticator. You can also use something it's called Authy, A-U-T-H-Y, I think it is. And that you can install on multiple devices. So you're not just hanging on, oh, my phone battery is dead, now I'm done. Take your tablet, take whatever you have, the second phone. 100,000 things, just take them out and it's all there. It's good to have a master password for those because then otherwise everybody can just get it. However, cut a long story short, if you have an email like this, just go everywhere where you have used this password, activate two-way authentication, and in general, use two-way authentication. Use two-way authentication. That's a minimum protection you should have, and you have that in. You can have it in WarThunder, Amazon, Dropbox, Google, also Gmail and stuff like that. Just everywhere. Just put that on, and you will be mostly fine. You need a proper hacker, and he has to be very determined, but to be honest, on a normal person, they just don't have that money. I don't think a hacker would waste his time to hack a private account and try to do something. Yeah, it makes no sense. However, so this is a long story short, so I thought, because this person is not very computer literate, so still it's easy. But then I looked into YubiKeys. YubiKey is something like Authy is a software on your phone holding your information. YubiKey is a hardware. It looks like this, you get them in all sizes. You get them in USB-C, whatever, yeah, whatever. You even get them with the, what's it called, like an RFR chip, something. It transfers signals, and some phones can do it, and you can use it on your phone. I think you can even plug it in here because you see there some have two ends. That one looks like for Apple. That is a normal C. So where are they with this chip? So somehow I have to have this RF chip or whatever that is called. So let's go. What keeps me off of those things? I mean, I love the idea. I really do. Let's go here. Huge selection. Boing. Let's go. So here I have a lot. Yeah, they look good. What is that? Firefox stopped the social network from. Okay, so I got Firefox here because I don't want to show you all my stuff here. So, but I mean, look at the prices. Here, $28. Okay, yeah. But $79.93, $59, $59.93, $65. And that's a thing that you can plug that in your iPad or something, iPhone, I trust. And but I mean, look at the prices. So the thing is, if that happens to you, you have one key, right? If you break it, you have to see if you have a backup function. If the website you use it with allows you to, because that is called FIDO and stuff like that, or 2UA, whatever. The different codes for a little bit different versions of two-way authentication. It's always a two-way authentication. It just happens to the hardware, but there are different ways to authenticate. One is like a one-time password. That is a code you usually generate, and it is just valid for, I don't know, 30 seconds or 20 seconds, and you have to put that in, and then it changes. So if somebody knows your password and is not sitting right next to you while you use your authenticator, it changes. Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, here UTF is called. Yeah. So that's another different way than the authenticator. You can use it with, what was it called? Like LastPass. What is the other thing? My brain is frozen. VS, Bitward, and KeePass. LastPass and KeePass. I don't know if KeePass has that this way. So LastPass, if you don't have the premium account, you get only a master password. But you can also use with these keys a master password. Usually when they say kind of two-way authentication, you just have to touch it and boom, it's on. If you have the master password, you have to hold your finger on it for a few more seconds, and then it fills out with the master password. Yeah. So they do both. They do just fine. They do two-way authentication the normal way, that timely password. They do this FIDO thing, the U2F. They're pretty flexible, these things. Problem is, what I have with these prices, I like them all, but the technique is developing pretty fast. So you might buy your stick here for $90 or $93, and in 1 year you figure out, man, this is not doing the trick anymore. They progressed through different techniques, and this key won't do it anymore. That's pretty much some money. Also, there are easy ways how to duplicate this stuff. You can't duplicate the key, but you can duplicate the code you need for the two-way authentication, because it's one time it's added through reading a barcode. If you hide the barcode, the USB key can't read it, or the software of the USB key can't read it from your screen, then you have to put the code in manually. You just copy and paste it. So, and then if you have done this, just take this stick out, put the next stick in, and manually add the code there too. So that's how you duplicate it. You can't copy these things. That doesn't work. But you can put the code on 2 or 3, 4, 5 different sticks, right? So that is that. It's all possible. I'm just very conscious about the price. You see, I should put something on like PayPal me or Patreon. I never looked into these things. I know they exist, but I never set something up like that. Because then I can buy stuff like this, and then we can play around. I can play around. I mean, I risk my access to my to my websites. So if you want to have a crying video, that would be it, right? Oh, okay. That is a video. Let's try a YubiKey security key. The first video. The second one, I hate you all. No, guys, love you. Don't you worry. Don't hate you all. Not at all. All right. So another thing. So that is that. Yeah. So do use something like two-way authentication. Really do. It's if someone has your password, you lose everything. Or he has got access, or she has got access. It's boomer. You don't want it, and it's two-way authentication. It's not a big deal. If you're afraid that it goes only from one phone, use this is Authy, AUTHY, and there's something else you can use. And it's multi-platform. It goes on Android. I think it goes on Apple too. It goes everywhere. You can use it. It works. Let me see. You know what? Now you made me look at it. See, that's it. Desktop. See, there's lots of stuff. Let's have a look. Boink. 2FA. Grammar. With grammar, you don't have to be worried about that you have a keylogger. That is a keylogger, actually. Let's see, download. What do we have? Google Store, App Store, direct download for macOS. See, Windows, Linux. There you go. It's all there. So you can have it. That's not a bad thing, isn't it? It's really multi-platform. You can get it everywhere. App Stores, macOS, Windows, Linux. And that's good. I mean, yeah, sorry, RoboNuggy. It's not for BSD. But I always say have a virtual machine. By the way, this is a virtual machine here, yeah? I use real hardware. That's my Unraid virtual machine. I patched my hardware through and my USB ports. Because I had mouse lagging. So I patched the USB port through and that fixed it. And I can game with it because my graphic card is patched through as real hardware. And so I will use this to make far more videos about stuff. I want to look into Fedora 33. I'm not a Wayland fan. That's holding me back a little bit off from Fedora, but let's have a look. I mean, the worst thing on Fedora is using GNOME. Yeah, this is outrageous. So I have to use a spin-off or find one, hopefully with XFCE. You know, oh, tiling window managers. I'm still on it. I just love the idea. And now, since I got virtual machines, endless space for virtual machines, I really can go for it. You know, so I will install it, and I think I'll use the MIOU, or what was it called, the Mio, yeah, the guy who did tons of very nice. I would call it distro actually. What he's doing, yeah. I mean, he uses Ubuntu, puts that easy to install stuff on, and he has a tile manager on, so I definitely go for something like that. I have a little bit more time on hand for now. That looks good. I might be in trouble private too. Who knows? No, not about the copyright infringement, guys. I know my password is not hacked, and if it's hacked, I have everywhere two-way authentication. So that's so far so safe. There's other stuff cooking. Coming to this, it's not. I give you a different example. I might tell you later, but for now, I will just warn people a little bit. Or I do that in an extra video. Let's say you can get to somebody authority where you think he can help you with a case. Like with a road rage. Let's say it this way. So you got road raged. And the first time you stay cool, then this guy follows you up, cuts in, and I mean, you lose it too after a while, right? Because if that road rager is not going away, that everybody is a human, so everybody can get out, right? And then you go to the police and say, look, here's a video, could you please talk to this guy because it can't continue, right? And then the police guy kind of twists what you say and tries to make you the bad guy, and you say, what the heck is going on? And let's say I was on a crossing first. I was at the second crossing first. Let's say I turned first. And the policeman said, you followed him twice. I said, how did I do that? I said, I was in the front there, right at the traffic light. There's nobody in front of me. I went to the left turner lane. I said, then I got overtaken and cut off. I said, how did I go and follow him? Yeah. So this policeman had a Freudsche error in his logic. And I figured out that's the moment when I backed off and say, okay, you can't talk to him because he just can't put one and one together. Maybe he's burned out. Maybe there's something else. You know, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying something was wrong. The logic wasn't right. And whatever I said, he tried to twist it what he thought I might want to do. That's a slippery road. You know, it's almost like a lawyer, yeah? He doesn't want to know the truth. He wants you to ask, itsy bitsy tiny bits questions which he takes totally out of context, which he then, when you answered it, puts it back into a totally different context to create a totally different story, right? It seems nobody's interested anymore in the truth. So I might get in trouble with that. So I had my worries with that, and that's why I thought, Dirk, put a gaming channel on, put something on like maybe PayPal me, Patreon, and whoever wants to give $1 or 50 cents or whatever, that's totally fine. Then I've got something to keep going. And I mean, the thing for me is then I can start experimenting. I upgraded my computer, so everything was fine then because I work for my money, right? That's what I usually do. But now I start maybe struggling, maybe not, I don't know. But most important is through my work I do, I really neglected this channel, and I didn't like that. I like testing stuff around, always from the normal user perspective, and I want to continue this. And I might have to rant about a different channel. You might know just I will mention it. You will identify this guy. Very easy. I don't know, with that certain arrogance and self-righteousness, you seem to get lots of subscribers. And no, it's none of the people we talked about, It's something kind of new to me. Well, I might try to go and get one of those, but I have to watch my money in a moment. I have a buffer, of course. Next week I will know more. Second thing is I had to put my business on hold, not because of the incident, because we have a school, there was an incident with COVID stuff, and I get students from this school for driving. I don't want to get into the chain. He had contact with somebody who had contact with somebody who had COVID-19. So in a moment, I had no contact with anything ever, no COVID-19, no contact with somebody who had COVID-19, and I want to keep it that way. So when people get in my car, and kids, and they should be safe and sound the best way it goes, and that's what I want. And so I sit this out now till, I would say, 30th of November. And then I hopefully can continue, because I should have worked out who was with whom at when and what, and give them time. We work it all out. And I will make another video soon, and it's about, you got to watch out in times like this, what you say, where you say something. I mean, I just gave you the example what I had with a police officer who might have been burned out, is worn out, something was wrong. I don't want to give him a bad intent, even though he did something I would never do. And I never expected this. Whatever. He might just be burned out. That's fine by me. I mean, it's not fine by me. It's if I suffer through somebody's misjudgment, that is bad. If he can ruin my future. I mean, I don't think that I get crucified right away. Everybody can make a mistake, right? And I didn't swear. I didn't do anything dangerous or stuff like that. Well, let's see, but you don't have to do anything. Once you get into this, they take you apart. Whatever you do, right? And what's that, guys? I'm not a guy, I mean, I was in the army, I had stuff, and I've seen some bad situation in whole life, not just army, in real life too, in normal life too. And I never had anxiety or something. There were moments where I said, wow, that's dangerous, and I didn't feel comfortable. But it looks like sometimes you develop something like an anxiety or something. I don't like that. That's not my way to live, It's live a day, one at a time, and get through, and then the next one. So I know it's easy said than done. Now I know. Because I haven't had anxiety yet. I hate it. I don't like it. So I will resist. You do that too. If you ever have trouble, take one day at a time. If one day is too much, take half a day. I have a little dog. Soon she is 1 year old. She sleeps it out. If she does something bad and I tell her off, she goes to sleep, and then it goes by. I do the same thing. I just can't sleep. And it's not going by. But it goes through. Time goes by, and then you get through. All right. So, because I if you click on something like this, let's say you go for the cheap thing here. Let's say, oh yeah, look, that's a nice one. Then look what they do. Oh yeah, they take this one, and this one, and you pay only $187. $187. That's $170 more than I was bargaining for. You know? Who can do that? Yeah. Well, look at this. What the heck? That's quite some money. You know, they give you cheap, more expensive, and double the price on the end. Man. So, but this one has with iPhone and stuff like that. So, see, that would be something for my wife because she has an Android phone, but this one here with C, and she has an iPad or 2 iPads for work, a private one, and that would work just fine. And but you would need an adapter then here, or a second one, which is a normal USB-A for your computer. So I do not know. This is all. I don't know. You have to look then for adapters. That's YubiKeys. Oh, let's see if they have something like this. Let's open this. Here, this one. USB-A to C adapter. Yeah, something like this then. That's not. Yeah, this one here. See, that looks good. No, but that's another $15. So that's quite some money. And USB-C female to USB male. Huh? Oh, they just USB type C to A. Okay, so if you put in C, then you can go here in A. But that you have to add on again, right? So that is quite some money all the time. So that's what I'm saying. So YubiKey sounds nice, looks good, love the idea. Don't like the price. It's a little bit a lot, right? And I mean, you see, you just click on it and you say, oh yeah, no, it's not bad actually. And then you go and find yourself, where was it? Where's it gone? It's gone. So you click on this and say, oh yeah, that looks good. It's not so expensive. Mine, that's pretty good. And then comes here the sale point. Oh yeah, you need more than one, because what if this one breaks? You need this one, and this one is, oh, now it's $152. Different choice. See, they put the 90 something out to the 65 here. But guys, $152 is still lots of money, is it not? To me it is. All right, that is that. So let's see. I installed Brave browser. Here it is, I think. So I say add to panel, and I add it to this panel. Doink. Here it is, and I will move it up. Doink. And then let's see how it looks like. I go to settings. It looks a little bit like, oh, it's made out of Chrome, right? Continue where you left. That's what I like. Show this button. Show bookmarks. Autocomplete address bar. Use wide address bar. I don't know. Doesn't have to. Also full view of font size medium. Say large, because then you guys can see better what's going on here. Is there something about downloads? Search engine. DuckDuckGo. Load crypto wallets. Ooh. IFS companion. Blah blah blah. Check now. Additional chat. Autocomplete. I wanted to have the download stuff. Ah yeah, here. Ask where to download. Yeah, that's what I want. It's all good. Looks good to me. So what we got to test one day. That looks nice, doesn't it? Trackers are blocked, and so that's nice. Gives you a good idea. I love it. Looks good to me. Brave rewards ready to start earning. Turn on Brave rewards and get paid to view privacy respecting ads. Ad card, crypto.com. Look at this. Goodies. Yeah, that's not bad, no? So, loving it. I'll have to read into it. Looks all good to me. Yeah, I need rewards, but I do not want advertisement at all in my YouTube videos. I don't want you guys to be harassed by advertisement. That's a nightmare. No? I envy these guys when they have Fly Daily, I think. 1 million subscribers. Just imagine, everybody gives 50 cents. If you just live a normal life and you put that on a bank, you can live from the interest. right? So if that happens twice a year, then you're good. You can buy your stuff, you can use it for your channel, you can do all kind of things, which is absolutely amazing, isn't it? Love it. I doubt I get ever that great, because in the moment you see I just record videos on the fly. That's how I do it. I don't edit them nice. But then you see how it really is, because if I edit it and I've got some problems, you wouldn't see the problems. I would just say, no, I can't do that because I'm the professional here. No, I'll just see it always as a normal user, yeah, like Joe Normal, having a computer, trying something out. And then you see everything what happens. And here installation of Brave browser, totally simple, right? It's not a big deal. You don't have to be a computer specialist working in IT. If you use Linux, it's nowadays so easy. Often you have a dep file or something, or you just copy paste in the terminal. Everybody can do it. Don't be afraid of the terminal. It's really just copy paste for the most time if you get any application. Alright, but this is it, guys. I upload this video. That was about hack when your password is hacked. Use two-way authentication. Yeah, 2FA. Do it. And don't be afraid. And use something like Aussie that you can put it on different devices, that you don't have just one. And don't ask me anymore on this computer or for 30 days. If somebody can have access to it. Just put it in. It's just what it is, but it keeps you safe. It's worth it. The worst is if somebody hacks your stuff. That is not nice. Alright, here normal hacker don't do that. They go for targets where it's worthwhile, yeah, and not for Private Joe who has, I don't know, who hardly lives from paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, there's nothing to get and nothing to gain. And if you don't want to see his girlfriend's picture, and I'll tell you, everybody has one. It's not worth it. Don't hack it. Don't do anything to Joe Normal. Let him live his life. And usual people do. So. Alright, but still, there's always the exception, and just don't do it. Just keep your account safe, you know. All your stuff, your privacy. It's a good thing to do. Alright, guys, love you all. Next video is a little bit about what once was what we call free speech. I will see, yeah? Okay, guys, stay tuned. Love you all. I hope that's still recording. We're good. And stay safe. Okie dokie, guys. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.